Who's the top guy in the club for fishing every day? Fishinfrank. You say you want to catch some fish.
Hey, boys and girls. Yeah, it's a lot of me. I'm looking up there going, wow.
You like this better?
Yes. Now I can be more incognito. No one will know I'm here. We've got a viewer fishing report we're going to do today. And I've got my quantum cabo reel here playing with it. So when I do how I'm going to work a lure or a rod, I can play with my quantum cabo reel, the strongest reel ever built.
Does Quantum make a Cabo ice fishing rod that we can put on that so it won't be off the screen?
Maybe. I don't know. I'll find out.
We get a little stubby one.
I'll ask Gary if he's got any ice fishing ones we can put on there.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
But
a little twitch.
Yeah, because Quantum has come out with, we know Van Staal was a good strong reel, and we know that the torque and all that, but the Quantum Cabo's arguably the strongest reel to ever come out. And it's available out there now in many places, including Fishinfrank's. But
and of course, if you want more photos that you can send in for the viewer fishing report, then that certainly couldn't hurt things, right? To have a nice strong reel that you could catch those fish with.
Yes, that would be.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure where you were going, but I will take that lead and say, yes, absolutely, Josh. That's what I want. This is what we will be fishing with. I think this is a 4,000 and no,
3,000?
3.
Yeah.
And I'm going to see if I can get smaller ones. I know they got a 2,500, but I want to get a little one. And going to be fishing with that. And people have been out fishing with all kinds of tackle. Sending Frank at fishinfranks.com your fishing reports. If you've got pictures or videos, we'll be happy to do them. We're a little rough on getting the videos right now, but we're doing the best we can. But if you can send them, we'll be able to use them now and or on other fishing reports. But the pictures, the comments are coming in. We've got a pretty good report for you today.
Yeah, and by all means, keep sending us more of these things, right? So that's what's going to make this really cool. This is your chance to be directly involved in here. And should you be brave enough to take a photograph of your fish and your face together,
that would be awesome.
We could put your face on the YouTubes.
Yeah, we would really like pictures, not so much just of like fish on the deck of the boat or on the pier or whatever, but literally you holding fish. That's the most amazing shot.
And notice how Frank's doing it. It doesn't have to be this big of a fish. If you're holding a fish, that's still okay.
Yeah, big, little, whatever. Yeah. It's all fun. It's why we go do this, because it's a lot of fun. And I knew I was hearing everything twice. Okay, so I turned my volume down. Anyway, what do we got up first, Josh?
Well, the first thing that we have is, do you want to talk about the locations that these people are catching these fish, or do you just want to see some fish?
Well, let's do location and then what they're doing. Okay. And then we'll move on to the next location.
To do that, I will have to beam you in to the map, which means, first of all, I have to get the map.
Flying fisherman, anti-look crazy, turns you instantly into old guy cool, and great polarized sunglasses, flying fisherman.
So let's get the map here, and let's beam you out of there and into where you're supposed to go. Let's get that going. And
750 feet away. Here I am right now.
Yeah, that didn't take very long. And where am I? Is that one me?
No, that's not
you.
No,
that's not me. That one's the one where you're supposed to be. That one's me. Hi.
Oh, good day. Good day, mate.
All right.
We're going to throw a sheep's head on the Barbie.
What? Was that supposed to be Australian?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
That was redneck.
That was not redneck. That
redneck?
Was maybe a
I'm
Shetland.
Failing as a redneck.
A Shetland redneck or something.
I have failed as a redneck. Yes, I have.
Let's see if we can find ourselves a fish.
He's succeeding much
to bring
better.
it in here. There's a fish.
Wow.
That's a pretty good one, right?
That's a nice sheep head.
Would you like to know where that sheep's head was caught,
Yes,
Frank?
I would.
The sheep's head? Where this
With an S or an H?
Sheep's head was caught? Yes, it was caught.
Well, you didn't answer the question. You're saying, say it this way, and you're telling me both ways. You got to say H or S.
I never say sheep head. I always say sheep's head, which is why people
With
don't
an
know
S,
me for
right?
it. With an S, yeah.
I thought that's what I said.
You didn't. You said sheep head.
Oh.
In your redneck way. That's okay. Listen, I'm working on it.
And it's the same way as I say Rapala instead of Rapala. I'm just wrong, but I'm old, I'm cantankerous, and the brain is kind of half got its cheese.
And you're allowed to be wrong, and that's A-okay. The only thing is that
I'm wrong twice there.
I never get complaints about you saying Rapala, but I do get complaints from people about you saying sheep head. You and Mike Myers both. So I'm just going to correct you on it. And
It's
if
2
it
to
sticks,
1.
then that's
we
great.
win. Sorry. Change your ways.
Fine.
All right. Zoom in right here for
right
just a minute. I want to see that. Yeah. Can you bring that? All right. Got one more? There we go.
There we go.
All right. Here is the point of the hook. Now, you see this is a circle hook because the point of the hook points directly back at the shank. So if this was a J hook, this would just be pointing straight out. But because it's a circle hook, it comes around and points back at the shank. Now, this is where 90% of the time an inline or tournament circle hook is supposed to hook. If you have offset circle hooks, it'll hook anywhere. It's like a J hook, but with a actual inline circle hook, this is the way it's supposed to work. 90% of the time it does.
Yeah. And with a sheep's head, it's actually great because sheep's head have a tendency to get hooked just in the lip with some of those J hooks, and you lose fish. You're pulling them in, and you literally watch the hook just pop right out. And there went your fish. With this, hook nice and solid through that heavy cheek structure, and it does make it a lot easier to catch those fish.
I just don't remember that happening, but it's okay. That's why people use circle hooks. It makes it easy.
But like we said, smiling face is in there with the fish, right? So
this
here he
is
is.
Happy.
Look how
this is
happy
a great
he
fish.
is.
What's his name?
This is Ed, either Genord or Jennard. I'm not sure which way to pronounce it. I'm
Ed.
sure he'll tell me. But this is Ed.
Awesome job. Look at that. I understand why you're happy because this is an awesome fish. And where was Ed?
Oh, right about in through here someplace in Alligator Creek Reefish.
On the reef, right up in here.
Right up there at the reef.
Mm-hmm. Now, I think what we need to do is tap into my website because I have so much of this marked and with the rubble and everything.
Oh, good.
else.
One more thing to bring up. That's great.
Not yet.
Okay,
We're
good.
not doing it yet. We're just going to enjoy Ed's amazing sheep head here. Does Ed have any other pictures?
It is a very nice sheep's head that he got. So Ed caught this one at Alligator Creek Reef, and he said that he and his wife Tressa, who, by the way, when we talked about the jacks last week and we didn't have her name,
you said Mrs. Ed.
Yeah, Mrs. Ed. That was Tressa.
Tressa.
And he and Tressa were at Alligator Creek Reef and fished from early afternoon till sunset and got 11 of these sheep's head. Here's a close-up of...
Yes. I don't know who's happier. I mean, for some reason, the sheep head looks pretty darn happy.
Yeah, I don't think he
just
actually
likes
is. But look at those teeth.
I think Ed just really, these guys enjoy each other.
Yeah.
But if you look here, the bottom row here, and then the bottom row right here, it's pretty much same thing.
They are the same set of teeth right there.
Yeah, pretty much the same.
Yep.
Now, Ed has a much nicer smile, much better looking guy than Mr. Sheephead, Bugs Bunny over here. But as far as the bottom row goes, very similar.
I don't know. I'm kind of enamored with this sheep's head. I like the look here.
You like the looks of Mr. Sheephead?
I do. I prefer
I like
sheep's head.
He's looking at us
Yes,
like,
he really is.
Got
that bug-eyed appearance where he's coming in. And here is
Tressa.
Mrs. Ed with one of her sheepies. So
we got to listen to her on a couple of the videos. She's funny.
She hoots and hollers. She gets all into it.
She's got a great laugh. I enjoy her. But now here is where the circle hook is not supposed to go.
Right.
But just the way it goes.
And I can't tell from this image whether that's a circle or a J hook.
No, that's a circle. I can see a point.
Can't quite see the point of it. So.
But when these sheephead, and look at how big that one is. Can you go all the way? Yeah, back out as much as we can.
Yeah, no, this is
Hey
a
there.
good sized fish.
You coming in to talk? Okay.
I didn't beam you in, Robert. How did you get over there?
Yeah. Couldn't just walk. We have to use the transporter.
Right. You're ruining my illusion, Robert.
Robert, you ruined many of my illusions. Yes. Sit in my chair. We already have a view for it.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, they said they
Now
just
you can pop Robert in.
they were just hunting structure and fishing with shrimp and making it easy. So
I was going to kind of go back and forth, but I'll have you here. I'll stand up.
yeah, Robert can stay over there.
But great sheephead.
Of course, I have to readjust for him because he slouches. So there we go. Upright Robert. That's what I wanted to see.
I set it up with the camera so I could slouch over or sit up. That's how I had that camera set. So I told him I want to be able to slouch or sit up. I don't want to have to do one of the other. But Tressa caught amazing fish. Congratulations, Tressa. Beautiful.
Absolutely.
She's pretty cool.
And I expect we're probably going to see more photos from these folks. Looks like they do quite a bit of fishing.
Yeah.
So.
And they seem like they're good at it.
They do.
They're good at it. I think so. Tressa and
No.
Ed.
No, I don't think so. I don't think that's her. No. All right. So now we have John
Proof
Fortune.
that sheephead make people happy. Look, big sheephead, big smile, big sheephead, big smile.
And John's got a sheep's head. And
now
we're using
I like his rig here.
Yeah.
What's his name?
This is John Fortune.
John Fortune. Okay, John. Really cool setup. Poor man's jig head, where you take your hook and you just put a couple of split shots right next to it. What we're starting to see, this rig is becoming really, really popular, either using a jig head or doing what John is doing. And John's really smart with this, because when the fish picks this up, the sinkers become part of the weight to the food. It's not them picking it up and then feeling the weight hit here and they want to start spitting it out. They just pick the whole thing up because that's how much their food weighs. So it's becoming more and more of a thing, and I think it's John's really smart going into this, but nice fish.
Yeah,
look at
that's
that.
A beautiful sheep's head. So I call that rig a poor man's jig head. And I started
Isn't
using
that what I
them.
just said? I did
You
say
said it's
that.
like a
Now
jig
wait
head,
a minute.
But
you call it,
I
or
patented-
you're calling it what I call it?
I patented the
I
name.
called it first. I was 2 minutes ago calling that.
It's pre-patented though. Well, I'll show you the patent on the internet here.
Okay.
For poor man's jig
Your
head
patent
that I
on it?
own. Yes, that I own.
Okay.
That.
All right.
But
I
started,
don't understand why he can't just give me credit for this, Robert. Doesn't make, it'd be so easy to say, yes, sir, your godlike presence, just, wouldn't it?
I mean, I know you're used to that from Robert, but,
No.
I have a harder time.
Robert's pretty much the one that tells me to go screw myself. He just does it with a slight smile and kind of, what is it?
Just tell you when to calm down a little bit.
Oh, yeah. No, he's Robert's you're being a jerk.
But the poor man's jig head is great. And I started using these literally for financial reasons because I kept losing jig heads in the structure.
And you're cheap.
I am. I'm cheap when I can be.
And you used to be poor. Now he's independently wealthy and he doesn't care anymore. But a few years ago when he was poor, now he runs a radio show. He has a media company.
Yes.
So,
let's assume that makes me automatically wealthy.
Once you get wealthy, you don't care about this anymore. But just a year and a half ago, this was his rig because he couldn't afford the jig heads.
Well, and
it was
actually,
just so sad.
When I do this, I can't even afford the second split shot. I just used one. So
yeah, you can pretend that. Now he's a media mogul, Slack Tides Media, the radio shows Saturday mornings, 7 to 9 a.m. on Kicks Country 92.9. We won't go into that any further.
We don't need to.
Now he does not have to resort to this. He can buy the jig heads.
But now I choose to because it gives me more choice in my hooks. I can go smaller. I can go bigger. I can go a circle. I can go with the
Well,
J.
you can do that with Rockport Rattler. They have 1/0, 2/0, 3/0, and 4/0 hooks.
But they haven't got a J hook or a circle hook.
I don't know.
Oh.
The only one that really has a circle hook and a jig head, because it circle hook on a jig head is as useless as it's just doesn't work.
Tits on a frog is the term you were looking for.
Hogger or hoggy or
Hog balls.
hog balls. Now hog balls has circle hooks and they've got the weight on it, and you can get them in different sizes. There's I think 1 through 5/0 or something like that.
And that's useful. It's not a direct connection. The hook and the weight can move independently, like they can with this rig. So
okay. But you prefer this because not only does the hook move separately from the sinkers, you can. This is nice. You adjust the weights, adjust the size of the hook.
I can adjust all those things, and this is actually great where he's got the 2 weights on here.
We're looking at you, and there's serious suspicion of using the same hook all the time.
I mean, as well you should.
I mean, wouldn't you say, Robert? This is serious suspicion.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So what's next?
Well, you didn't even let me.
Great smile. Great fish.
You didn't even let me tell you about John, where he caught this fish. Okay, this fish was caught from docks near St. James City near Longmouth using live shrimp on 1/0 live bait hooks with the split shot here. They caught the sheep's head, and they also got into, let's see if I can find it here. It's somewhere around here. I thought I had it. What did I do? Did I lose my photo? Maybe I have to zoom it back in. There it is. Okay. So they got this snook that looks like it was in something's mouth at some point.
Oh, it's definitely a dolphin bite, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
Wouldn't you say Flipper did that?
It's pretty narrow if it was a dolphin, and I'm surprised if it was a dolphin that he didn't actually get this fish.
He might have just picked it up and threw it.
Yeah, he might have.
But what we're looking at is, see this modeling here, the scales, and right here it's all busted up. Something bit him. Now, I was just thinking 2 distinct sets.
Right, and 2 parallel sets of teeth. It's not a shark. It's not another snook. It's not a
shark
grouper.
would have been a rounder bite. They would have took a chunk out of him.
Yeah. So maybe it was
sea turtle.
A smaller dolphin.
Is there teeth marks on it, or is it just lines?
You can almost see individual teeth marks here, but they're not really present on this side. Maybe here. It's possible. The one side looks like it has pretty good teeth marks, but the tail side of it is more just squished.
Is it healed?
It's healed up, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, this fish has survived and been fortunate. And it's not a real big snook. You can see this is
he's probably 18 inches,
not a
maybe
big
20.
Fish. So and also we have this, which is his daughter Gemma made her first fish print using a sheep's head.
That's cool. It's a chair
there we have a
cushion,
Gyotaku type fish print, and if we zoom in, we can see all the scale markings and everything on here.
What's her name?
Her name is Gemma.
Gemma, nice job, Gemma. That's really cool. I always have to ask because I'm very hard of hearing. Robert really can't see very well, and I can't hardly hear at all. That's why we've worked together all these years. It kind of makes one person when you put us together. But this is great. It was a really nice job of getting that pattern onto the fish. Do you actually lay the fish on there to do that?
So there's multiple different ways that you can do it. The most common way is to ink the fish, as in brush the ink onto the fish, and then put the paper or cloth over the top of it, press down, and then peel back off.
What would be really hard about this is not moving it side to side, not making it a smudge.
Yeah.
This is so nice a pattern, Gemma. You did a great job.
And if you want to get like the stripes that we have here on the sheep's head, then you have areas where the fish is inked more and areas where the fish is inked less. That way you still get the scales of the pattern when you peel that off. So,
really nice job, though.
Yep. No, it looks great. So let's see here now. Moving on. We have Josh Sari. I think that's how you say it. Saari.
What is this?
Well, I was going to see if you actually noticed what was up there in this photo, because it took me a half a second to see it there, because he's here with his snook, right? And we zoom in
Yeah.
on him here with his snook, and that's
It's a nice little snook.
yeah,
Great
great little
job.
catch.
And tell me his name
then
again.
right up here above his head, there's a dragon or a pteranodon or something like that going on. And I looked and I looked and I looked, and then I realized it's an osprey
With
holding
a
a
fish.
fish.
Okay. Here's the osprey wings. Here's the head of the osprey. Here's his wing coming down and then his tail. But right here is the tail of a fish and the head of the fish. He's got it in his talons. He's going up to eat that sucker.
Yep.
And I'm looking at that going, photobombed by an osprey. That is awesome. That's
Yeah.
amazing. What a picture. Tell me his name again.
His name is Josh. I believe it's Sari, Saari.
Way to go, Josh. Now, I like the picture of the snook. That is so cool. But to literally be photobombed by an osprey carrying a fish off,
Yeah.
that's like 1 in a billion.
And I hope it's real. I really do. You know, my inner cynic says, nah, he probably just copy pasted that from someplace else. But
Look,
I really do
look
hope it's
at
real.
this
I
face.
really do.
Look at this face. This is not Josh Olive. This is a very integral
You think this
person.
is a trustworthy
This
individual?
is trustworthy face. Josh did not do. This is not Photoshop. That is photobombed. That is so cool. Way to go, Josh. Nice fish. Great freaking photobomb.
I
Wow.
hope you are correct. Now, Josh has some stuff to say here, so let's just get through it. I've been watching your weekly YouTube fishing report segments, and I think they're great. I've been reading the printed report on your website for years, and this new medium of how you, Robert, and Josh are sharing the info is really cool. Using the visual of the map for our area and you all adding in your info to describe and how to approach an area being discussed is very helpful and played a part in how I planned a fishing trip yesterday for my father, John, who is visiting from out of town. On Thursday, we saw quite a few snook up to mid-20 inches long along the edges of the Ackerman waterway, but they weren't really interested in a 3-inch Z-Man minnows paddle tail. We did get into some ladyfish, which were fun on the light tackle setups we were using.
This is a redfish here, not a ladyfish.
That is definitely a redfish, yes.
Not a ladyfish. Way to go, Josh.
Fish
and like I say, trustworthy. Look, this is a trustworthy guy.
I see it.
He's not Olive.
I'm looking at it.
This is not an Olive.
No, I'm hearing
This is
it.
not one of those things you drop in your martini to make you more martini, to give you more credibility. This is the real deal here.
We fished up the Ackerman to about a quarter way through the perimeter canal with only catching ladyfish. I wanted to make a move to see if we could catch the targeted species of the day, which were trout, reds, and snook. The tide had shifted by this point and started to come in, so ran over to Locust Point. We proceeded to fish the outside of Hog Island from Locust Point over to Shoal Point. Hadn't fished this area of Hog Island in years, but from spots you had pointed out in this area on the green screen map on a prior report mentioning there could be some redfish around this time of year, I thought we should check it out. I run a Beavertail 18 Vengeance, so I was able to get us up in the skinny water to look for some fish, which water was a little over a foot deep at that point in the afternoon. We saw over a dozen snook and an equal number of redfish, mostly singles. We're able to sight fish 4 snook and also this redfish, all on Beer Run and Houdini Z-Man minnows.
Very cool. Way to go, Josh.
Yeah.
Nice day. Thank you for the assist, our acknowledging our assist in that.
And I think we have, here's a picture of Dad with one of the ladyfish.
Oh, yeah.
So,
they were in the other day.
Yeah. So that's a fun-sized ladyfish, especially if we're on light tackle.
Oh, yeah. That's nice rod.
Nothing wrong with that at all. And this is a totally different individual.
Okay. This is somebody new.
Yep. This is somebody else. And okay. Actually, before we get to that photo, though, I do have a report here which does not have any artwork with it. So they didn't send us any of their fish photos, but they did want to let us know what was going on. Quick update from a recent trip. Trolled out of Burnt Store Isles at low tide, caught an 18-inch trout in the canal. Didn't get any more bites till I reached the east side of Buckley Pass. Between Buckley's Pass and the channel markers, ladyfish were very active. Caught over 20, brought home a dozen for cut bait. Also trolled south from the creek looking for cuts in the exposed sandbar, but didn't get any bites and saw very few fish from the half tower. The water temperatures in the harbor, 60.4 degrees, and the mouth of the Alligator Creek was a little bit warmer at 62.5.
Now, where'd you say? Oh, he came out of Burnt Store Isles.
Yeah, this is coming from Michael Young.
Okay.
This is Michael Young's fishing report.
I was a little confused with that because of I was thinking, not Burnt Store Marina. What's the other one, Robert? By PJ?
Burnt Store Meadows?
No, Burnt Store Isles.
Burnt Store Isles, Burnt Store Meadows, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get confused. I have to have Robert to keep me on track.
There's Burnt Store Road, there's Burnt Store Meadows, there's Burnt Store Isles, there's Burnt Store Marina, and there is no Burnt Store.
No.
Because it burnt.
It burnt. And people actually, everybody kind of assumes at one store it was one place, but there was actually 2 or 3 different sites it could have been. And the first burnt store was probably right on the water, and it was a Spanish settlement. But then people assume it was a store on Burnt Store Road. And then, I don't know, it gets pretty confusing, but we'll just say burnt store.
And anytime a store burns, you have to add another burnt store. So that includes the old Fishin' Frank's shop.
Yeah,
so
we got
one more
burnt store
store
corner. All right, who is this?
This happy-looking gentleman right here is Kevin Push. And Kevin actually caught this fish, believe it or not, under my direction. This was caught at Alligator Creek Reef. He was fishing with his buddy Clint Babcock this past week. They fished 2 days with me. And this is one of our larger fruits of our labors.
And once again, sheephead, smile.
Yeah.
Sheephead,
They
smile.
just go together. But look at this guy's tail. This poor sheephead's tail. I don't know what happened
chewing
there.
His tail right off.
Yeah. So he would have measured a couple inches longer, I think, if he'd have had a full tail. He looks just a little bit beat up. And, of course, it doesn't help that Kevin has enormous hands to make this fish look smaller. But sometimes that's just the way it is. But they were having a lot of fun. Fished porgy rigs for the first time and went out and actually caught fish.
And his name was Kevin?
This is Kevin, yes. I would show you a picture of Clint, but
there you go, Kevin.
We didn't take a picture of Clint for some reason. And here's Kevin with the 5 sheep's head that they brought home for the table. So
very cool.
There he is, all happy and
nice meal,
ready to eat. So, yep. I see that Clint's not in that photo either, which I'm assuming that Clint made Kevin do all the work of filleting the fish. So, I did none of it. I had already left.
Okay.
All right, let's move ourselves on here. So this is Missile Garcia.
And we've had one from Missile before.
We did.
We have. Nice red fish, Missile.
Missile was with his wife, Mrs. Missile, out in St. James City area fishing for sheep's head again. Obviously, this one is not a sheep's head. This one is a redfish.
What's
I can
he
tell
holding here?
By the fact that it's a redfish and not a sheep's head. Let's just see. He's just holding the line off.
Oh, okay, because he's obviously holding something. I didn't know if he was trying to show a hook or what he was trying to show. But I don't see anything in his little hands.
Holding the line away from the fish.
Gotcha.
Which has...
Yeah, I'm trying to see what the heck's in there, too.
That might be a split shot. I can't tell.
Could be a jig head, could be a split
shot.
Could
be a lot of things.
Yes. But Missile, nice fish. And down around St. James City, doing good. That's a nice sheephead.
That is a beautiful sheepy right there.
You look at the length of the fingers versus the height of the fish.
Yeah.
It's not about doing this. It's about knowing, the average human hand and that versus that.
Yep, and this one has the full tail on him and everything. What a beautiful looking sheep's head.
That is gorgeous.
So, yeah. And here's the sheep's head that they brought back. They had 14 keepers. And between the two of them, your bag limit being 8 per person, so 14, and they could have legally kept 2 more.
Nice. Yeah.
They were fishing both shrimp and fiddler crabs around the docks, and that big one, by the way, that is a 19.5-inch sheepy. So
19.5 inch. Good, bad, good with sandwich or bad, whatever, Robert.
I'd say that's a good one.
That's a nice one, isn't it?
Yeah. We just don't see them that big very often anymore.
No.
So, yeah, I think anything over that 16-inch mark is pretty much becoming those trophies nowadays.
When you, legal size, what, 12, right?
Yeah, 12.
And pinch tail?
Pinch tail, measure all the way from the front, all the way to the back. Make him as long as he can be.
So that is, once you get past that, like you say, 14 inches, you start seeing a lot of girth, and then you get 16 inches.
They really start to get real robust at that point.
That's where you start seeing them thick through here, because the sheephead can be pretty slender when they're small, but once you get that 14-inch range, they start growing this way as much as this way. So to get this and this, it's once you get past 14, you get to that 16, and by the time they're 19, they are just beefy, you know?
Yeah, and seeing a lot of thickness on some of these fish that we're seeing throughout. It's actually, maybe it's just the early season fish that we're seeing, but they do appear to be pretty robust this year. And I don't know if that's going to stick or if that's just something that's temporary. But
a lot of food this year. So
yeah,
a lot of shrimp, a lot of crabs, a lot of food. Fish, if there's not a lot of food, it's really hard to starve a fish. You know, it takes a long time. But they just don't grow. They don't get bigger. Obviously, if you don't feed them, they just kind of stagnate in that growth. And then once they do start eating, the more they eat, the bigger they get, the faster they get big. Isn't that right, Robert?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Ask anybody with a fish tank.
Yep.
All right.
So
let's go look at...
Yeah, it's kind of neat because we're seeing...
Let's take a look at St. James City down there for just a quick second. Pine Island, in the south end of Pine Island, this is St. James City down here, and you've got fish. You ready? You ready? Back up, back up, back up, back up. Okay. All right. You've got shallow water fishing over here. You've got a bar that comes in, but you've got some good fishing through here. A lot of these people are fishing on this side because the natural environment. But as you saw housed in the back of several of those, got some pretty cool fishing in St. James City down here. It's a gorgeous place, and there's a couple good restaurants. There used to be a bunch of restaurants, but the floods and everything else took a lot of them out. There's still a couple, but yeah.
And of course, there's a lot of canal front in here.
Yeah.
So, you know, people talk about going in and fishing the docks. Well, yeah, lots and lots of docks to go in and fish.
Yeah, last time I was in there was nothing but wreckage.
Yeah.
And from this satellite photo, things look a lot better.
Yeah, things have cleared up quite a bit. And, you know, we can travel up those canals a pretty good ways to get up there and fish stuff. So, but yeah, a cool spot and one that is a little bit far from home. So we don't get to it as often as some of us would like.
60 miles by water
Yeah.
from my house.
Round trip?
No.
One way?
It's 25 miles to Boca Grande Pass.
Well, yeah, from your house, yeah.
To the house, and you have to come all the way down here and around this. So you're right, it's probably around 30 miles, so like 60 some mile round trip. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's 30. I live up here, and by the time you come down here, come around and go all the way around. And people say, well, why don't you just cut through here? Because from the Matlacha Bridge down to St. James City, you're going along in that, you're going along, and then it turns right, and then it makes a curve around, then it turns right, and then it makes a curve around, and it turns left. This is a jigsaw puzzle from Matlacha to St. James City, staying in the channel. And I mean, if you're...
Yeah.
And if you're just us.
Yeah, I just run the outside. This is one of the prettiest runs in Florida. If you take this ride down the intercoastal of St. James City, Ponderosa, this is one of the most beautiful rides in Florida. There's spectacular scenery, just gorgeous, absolutely amazing.
But there's a reason
I am
the
not
ICW
going through this freaking nightmare to get St. James City.
There's a reason the ICW runs through Pine Island and not through Matlacha Pass. So.
Yes, because no.
Well, it's not just that, you know.
And with my boat, I got to wait for the drawbridge. Yeah.
We've always talked about, you know, the Lewis and Clark thing down there. You know, Charlotte Harbor's pretty safe. It's sand and mud. You get down there into the Pine Island area and the Matlacha area, you get just a couple feet outside of that channel, and you can be on an oyster bar.
Yeah, you can be an oyster
100 yards away from the
limestone.
nearest mangrove or anything, so the bottom can be a little sketchy when you're first learning how to do it. You gotta be real vigilant to stay in the channel markers.
Yeah, in Charlotte Harbor, the Upper Harbor, it's very, very safe to boat and fish. But down in Matlacha, oh boy, you can get really sketchy real quick.
Yeah.
Robert
All right.
and I took a lot of trips down there when I was guiding because I had to learn it, and we did a lot of exploring down there.
Yeah, and I'd never seen it, so I got to learn it and see all of it really the cool
The
way.
two of us were learning it and had a good time. Placida, it looks like.
That is what it looks like, because that's where Patrick O'Connor has been fishing. And let me see if I can find his somewhere over here. Here, cursor. There we go.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
No, that's a happy group. Look at that.
Indeed.
I love the smile here. That's a great smile. Sheephead, smile. Sheephead, smile. See
Just
how
the
that
way it
works
goes.
out? Let me get out of the way here.
Yeah, get out of the way, Frank. Shove off. There we go.
Nice sheephead.
Happy girl.
Let's go. Who's standing next to her?
So
Kneeling.
Patrick O'Connor is the provider of these images, and Patrick says, "We love the YouTube show. Me and the kids have had a lot of fun watching and listening, and we're so glad the Saturday radio show came back as well. Had a great time with the kiddos. January 23rd, we fished live shrimp near the Boca Grande Railroad trestles and had a lot of fun."
Let's move this over just a little bit. The other way. The other way. There you go. Nope. Back up just a little bit. Nope. Right there. Good.
You want the whole family?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can.
We had half of her covered up. That wasn't fair.
I can zoom back out. It's all good. There they
All
are.
right. But that's
There we
what I'm
go.
saying. Zoom back out.
I'll even move the cursor off of there.
There's a great bunch there. Look at everybody's got a sheephead. Everybody's got a big smile. This is amazing.
My daughter Annie caught her first sheep's head ever, but it was short, so we sent it back. We did get lucky, though, and we wound up getting 3 of his bigger buddies to eat our shrimp, and they came home with us for a nice dinner. Earlier in the week, it was colder, and my son Cameron had gotten his first sheep's head doing the same thing.
Way to go, Cameron. Nice, buddy.
So both trips were a mixed bag with some snapper and grouper eating our shrimp as well as the sheep's head. So here we are having fun and fishing.
Out of trestle there.
Yep.
And when you see this, keep in mind, guys, this originally was built in the 1850s, 1860s, probably 1850s. And so these pilings have been replaced many times since 1850. But when you look at it, these last ones, anyway, but look at the old wood and the construction of this. This is a railroad trestle, and parts of it were turned into fishing piers. But now, tell me their names again.
These are, hold on a second, Annie and Cameron.
Annie and Cameron. Nice, Annie. Great fish, Cameron. Way to go, guys. That's the way to fish sheephead. Right on top of them. Just drop it down.
And the nice thing about sheep's head is that they just don't seem to care that much if you're right on top of them. You try to fish snook this way, it's very difficult. But if you're fishing sheep's head and you're literally right there, it's okay.
Yeah.
So I believe this is Annie's actual sheep's head that had to be released because it wasn't big enough. But hey, you know what? What do? We catch a sheep's head and we smile.
Yep. So
doesn't matter how big it is.
Very good. Even when somebody else catches it, still a smile up here. Annie caught it. He's still smiling. Cameron's still doing good.
And then he catches one, and then he smiles. And we're using the jig head here. So
nice jig head on that. Looks like a bass assassin.
So yeah, if you need to see your kids smile with fish, then go find them a sheep's head. That's just what sheep's head do.
Yep. Great job, Cameron.
All right, so let's see what that one is. Okay, well, we're not quite to that yet. We actually have a question that somebody wanted to have answered. So I'm breaking this up with a little bit of
all right, Robert.
The various things here. Okay, so this one comes to us from Vinny and Gongora, who had sent us some stuff for last week's report. And Vinny's question, which is more than just a question because it has a preface. Traditionally, for my Southwest Florida fishing, I've been using mostly soft baits on exposed jig head rigs and weighless weighted rigging hooks. However, between the puffer fish and the change in the weather, I started trying hard baits for my first time, namely the Miradine 17 MR. I deployed it using a 2-twitch, pause 4 to 5 seconds, 1-twitch, pause, etc., etc. A trout hit it on the pause, and I reeled it in. Wasn't very big, maybe 12 inches, but he had swallowed the rear treble hook all the way down to his gills, and unfortunately did not survive me removing the hooks. My question: can I snip off 2 of the 3 treble points, or would it be better to replace the treble hooks with single inline hooks, and will I still be able to catch fish? I would hate to have to kill another fish with these treble hooks.
Robert?
Yeah, you're better off switching it off to a single hook, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, the problem with
The weight difference is going to change that action on that little Miradine.
it's not even the weight difference. Treble hook, you got 3 hooks, but it's designed to be able to spin around, and it's just not going to stay where it's supposed to stay.
Okay.
When you put the single hook on, the inline ones, what happens is you've got a hook and it's got to come out of the bottom and point back towards the top. And it can't be a circle hook because circle hook relies on the fish turning with it and catching in the side of the mouth. If you have a J hook, the fish can bite down on it. With the flat end, fish bites down on it, it does not go in. So it's got to be a J hook on the back, but a single hook on the back, make sure point it up. And the inlines, the eye is twisted 90 degrees from a regular fishing hook. The regular fishing hook, the eye is right on the top like this. With the inline, it's turned this way. So that keeps the hook in line. But on the treble hook, I routinely crush all the barbs. I don't need barbs on the front treble hook. But without that front treble hook to act as a rudder, the lures most of the time do not perform well with a single hook and single hook. Not designed that way. So for best results, crush the barbs on the front treble hook, just flatten them right out, take a file to them, whatever you got to do. But on the single hook in the back, you have 2 points on the treble hook. The eye or the point of your hook should be here, and the shank of the hook should be here. Because when you have 3 points on a treble hook, 3 points.
3 points.
Yes.
I count the fingers.
You want to be the width of 2 of them between the shank and the point of the hook should be the same as the distance between those 2. That's the formula. The space of 2 points on the treble hook should be the point and shank of the hook. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And if not, just come in and we can show you how to do it.
Yeah, but there is a formula for it because it's easy to get too big or too small.
Right. And with those Miradines, that's one of, like, there's some lures where you can change both that center hook or front hook and the back hook. But when you get into the little lures like the Rapala X-Wrap 8s, 6s, those little guys, and then especially the Miradines, because that Miradine's a suspending bait. It's got a weird neutrally buoyantness to it. And to get it to actually do that walk the dog under the water, that treble hook on its throat, like Frank was saying, acts like a keel because the 2 main hooks will wrap around its breastplate basically with the 1 hook sticking off the bottom and keeps the bait from wanting to totally rock up on its side and get out of control.
You've got 2 hooks. Whoop, there we go. Remember, everything for me is backwards. And this one points down. These lock on the bottom of the lure, and this one comes down and acts as a rudder and keeps that lure from just going like this all the time. It's very sophisticated design that makes that lure work.
Yeah.
So people have tried copying and don't do a very good job.
Yeah. Some lures you can replace the front treble and the back treble, but for most of them, you can only replace the back treble and just take the barbs off the other one.
Yeah. And I don't fish a lot of the Miradines. I do fish a lot of lipped plugs. The Rapala X-Wraps, fish a lot of those. And with those, I do something really, really similar, but not exactly the same thing. I just take a pair of wire cutters and I clip off the tips right behind the barb on the 2 hooks that lay up against the belly of the bait, which leaves me with just 1 functional hook still. On that one, I do go ahead and mash down the barb. And then on the tail, I do the same. I just take 2 of them, clip them off.
If you're going through all the trouble of clipping the tips off, which is really double tough to do, just crush the barbs. It's same effect or better.
I'm taking away the ability of that hook to also stab into my thumb when I'm catching the fish. That's as much of it as anything else.
Yeah, but without a barb, it stabs in and comes right out. It doesn't.
Right.
I get hurt. Hell, I'm diabetic. I'm sticking myself with a needle all the time.
But without a point, it's 2/3 less likely to stab into my thumb, because if I get stabbed by a hook, 2 out of 3 times it's going to have a blunt tip that doesn't stab in. So,
okay.
And with the swimming plugs, like you said, the keel effect, it still works great. With things like the suspending plug, like the Myridine, it's harder to get it to act right.
Okay.
But similar idea, just slightly different.
It is a way, and it's Josh's way, and we will respect the way of the Josh.
Thank you.
The Josh has the way. It's the way of the Josh.
I mean, he said respect, but I still feel like I'm being mocked. So
no,
not at all.
No,
there's no hint of sarcasm there in any way, shape, or form.
I still feel that way a little bit. I don't know why.
Feelings don't matter.
But I'm picking it up.
I think he's picking up feelings from maybe somebody else, because I have nothing but respect. You, Robert?
Yes.
Well, that's okay.
It's all respect.
Because I could just beam him right out of there again. Just mute his microphone, and there went Frank. He's all gone. You want back in? Yes? Okay. Fine.
I can go home and take a nap. I'm good with that. I like doing the old lizard thing, man. I can lay on the porch, a little recliner thing. I got my blankets around me. Yeah, it's okay.
All right, moving on here. We have Sean Dennis.
Don't threaten me with a time on the porch.
Now, Sean went out Wednesday and fished the Gasparilla Flats for a little bit. Said there wasn't a whole lot going on. Did get a few small trout and some bycatch. And then went to the Placida Trestles. And guess what? Found some sheep's head. So
he seems pretty happy.
He
not
does.
ecstatic.
Not as smiley as some other people have been, but still smiling.
I think he's got a cool factor going on.
Well,
he's like, wait a minute. He's all excited. All excited. Wait a minute. I got to look good in front of the guys.
Yep.
I can't be that happy. He's going to calm it down. But look at how dark the stripes on his sheephead are.
Yeah.
Isn't that just contrasting between the white and the black? A lot of them we've seen today, it's a little more gray on the stripes. Mm-hmm. This is stark differences. And even on the fins, you've got some front edge darkness going up. This one,
a nice high contrast sheep's head. So.
And his name is Sean?
This is Sean Dennis.
And way to go. Oh, look at that, Sean. Way to go, buddy. That's that's how it's
really pretty looking.
Head and smiles. There we go. They just go together.
Yeah, that is. Dad, I love you, but I'm not sure I like that sheephead.
You touch it. I'm not.
It's kind of got points on it, Dad. Let's be a little cautious here, buddy. Yeah, that's cool. Sean, excellent job.
And then we have, I don't know, maybe this is Mrs. Sean?
I think that would be Mrs. Sean, because I think I've seen them in the store, the 3 of them.
Yep.
And look at that. Very nice. And the corners of the mouth are up.
They are.
The corner of the mouth is up.
Smile.
She's grinning. And what a good look. Wherever they are. See, this is more of what I think of the stripe on a sheephead.
Yeah.
And look at how dark they get.
These are Placida fish.
And
so they're right down there underneath the bridge.
Right here at the back is just staggeringly dark. And then you can see some of the leading edges of the fins. Pretty girl, beautiful fish. Excellent.
And then we have this bluefish.
That's Sean
that
again?
Sean also has. This is one of his bycatch fish, I'm guessing.
Wow.
So a nice bluefish caught over there at the Gasparilla Flats area.
You got to give Sean credit. I mean, he gets it.
He does.
Yeah.
He's catching them. He's on it.
That's good. I mean, bluefish, sheephead, all that. This guy can fish. Nice.
And then here's his trout.
I spoke too soon. The guy can really fish. That's a nice trout.
Yep. Not a bad fish at all.
Really
so, yeah,
nice.
Sean's out there catching them up.
Guy can do it.
And one more photo from Sean.
Here's the leader. Yeah, going down. Looks like good AFW swivel on that.
Yep.
Going right down, losing in the water, but
Connected up
wow.
with, looks like a nice haywire twist here.
Yeah.
So,
No,
yep. This is a sandbar shark.
the ridges along the backbone give it away.
So you can't really see the interdorsal ridge from here. If you could see it, it would run from right here, but at the base of the first dorsal to the beginning of the second dorsal. But the height of this big sail-like dorsal fin is more than you'd get from a bull shark this size, and this pectoral fin. Just
The
a
elongated
big
fins
wing-like,
down
and when you see these from the right angle, they're not just long, they're broad. It's just big. It's
Big
almost like a
pectoral fin.
raised pectoral
Yeah.
fin when you see it. So compare these to bull sharks the first couple times and you might mess it up. Once you see a few of them, then it gets a lot easier. Sandbars have a much narrower, more pointed snout. Bulls have a much more rounded snout, and the fins really give it away. Even when you're pulling that fish in from a distance, once you see what you're looking for, you'll be able to tell these fish before you ever get them up. So, but yeah,
Robert,
Sean's.
did you have to go back and check the store?
Probably. I'm just trying to watch all that. I can't see it well enough, but I'm going to have to.
Sean's very well rounded as far as going
We're
out
almost
fishing.
out of
and
shrimp.
Catches all kinds of stuff. So
You had what, 8,000 shrimp?
Yeah, they shorted us too.
Yeah.
okay.
What about the pectoral fin? Isn't there a difference with the dorsal and the pectoral fin too lined up?
And the way they line up, yeah, but it's
'Cause
really
that's
hard
not-
to see that until you have the fish static at the side of the boat. And how often do they want to do that?
Right.
So,
And that one was
That one was a pretty
kinda
good shot.
rolling on his side.
Yeah.
Pretty hard to get the line up. Okay.
all right. So
It's nice snook.
Tom Spees, I don't know which it is, sent us this
What is-
photo. This is his wife, Jenny. And
Was it
Jenny, Tom?
Okay.
And this is his wife, Jenny.
Way
She
to go,
caught,
Jenny.
caught her first snook in a canal off Alligator Creek.
Look at this.
This may not actually be her first snook, though, because she caught her second snook about 3 minutes later. Both of them on a shrimp lure. And I don't know if this was number 1 or number 2. But there it is. And
Yeah.
proof that you don't have to have sheep's head to have a smile, right?
Right. Well, snook make you smile. Snook, S, smile, S. You know
Sheep's
what I
head,
mean?
S. I totally get it. Maybe that's why he wasn't smiling as much with his trout and bluefish, because those don't start with S.
See?
You cracked the code.
There has to be a correlation, scientific data. Yeah,
I knew there was a reason. I just
But-
didn't know what it was.
that is awesome. You know, people go, oh, well, it's not that big a fish. I'm like, but it's really
I
a
don't
cool fish. It's your
care.
first snook. This is awesome. This is an amazing fish.
Why would we care if it's a big fish or not? You know, when I used to get people send me reader photos into the magazine, I always told them, you know, I don't care about the size of the fish. I care about the size of the smile. How happy are you with what you caught? This is recreational fishing.
Gee, this is
Yeah.
just amazing. Getting her fingers a little close to the gill plate. Snook have a very, very sharp secondary plate right here. All right. This first edge, this is where the razor is right here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's right in through there, I believe.
This whole section right here, this is all soft right here. But right here, this is sharp. It's Ginsu knife time. You know?
And you
just have
definitely
to
want to
be
be careful with it.
Aware of that.
Yep.
So she's in a real good spot. She's here by the soft gill, hard gills right here.
I'm sure she knew all about that. So, sure she was never in
Great
danger
job, Jenna.
of getting her fingers sliced open. So, okay, now let's see if we can get this one to play correctly. So this was from all the way back to where we were at the beginning.
Ed and Trisha?
Ed and Tressa. Yep.
Tressa.
So this is Tressa with one of the jacks that she's catching on her little proficiency rod, which was having a hard time with actually getting those fish in. Let's see if I have the volume here.
See if it plays on the...
Yeah, oh, not on the right screen.
There you go.
Okay, it's not through here.
We're trying to get the sound and the video to play. if you wonder why we haven't done one type of a show or another, or one thing or another, because sometimes we just can't yet. We know it's possible, and we just don't have the knowledge on making the equipment do what it's supposed to do. And sometimes we get it to do everything perfectly, and then the next time we go back,
Put your rod over here.
work.
Here he comes.
Okay.
We're
So
having quite a few next time we go back and not work moments.
there we go. Now we have sound.
Good. Keep working him. You're all right. He's a good, strong fish. No, he's just mad.
All right, so she's working, she's catching. I'm skipping ahead a little. There he is.
Hold on, I got you. Try to flip him in the boat. Yes, I'm gonna look at that, babe. Look at you go. Look at that.
That was awesome.
Yeah. I like how she supplies instruction, telling him what to do.
I couldn't hear it well enough. I could just hear it. But all of a sudden she's going, you're like, yeah. I love that. Yeah, that's
Just right there. That's all we need.
That's it. That's it. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Love that.
So, yeah, fantastic. Let me get that one out of here because I have another one. And it's going to do the same thing. It's going to play. It's going to have sound. And I'm going to try to slide it real quick.
Send him back.
Yeah, we're recording this on Saturday, and the store's on and off again really busy, and Robert can leave for a little while. But him or I need to be there most of the time. And if I'm in doing this, Robert comes over for a little visit, then he's got to go back and go to work. So, you know, that's why Robert had to leave. We're tag teaming the store. So
Yep.
we're very lucky. The store is extremely busy.
Here's Ed with a sheep's head release. Just to get the
Okay,
thing
Ed.
back in the water. And
Send him back.
hi, Mr. Sheepshead, and goodbye, Mr. Sheepshead.
Now, Ed, I like his attitude. You know, you can hear him in the videos. He's just, he's got a great attitude. He's all into it. But no kissy?
No kiss, at least not on video.
I don't think I
So-
got guts to kiss a sheep, but that's a lot of teeth right there.
Yeah. I have no issue with kissing the sheep's head.
You don't what?
So I have no issue whatsoever with kissing a sheep's head.
You can kiss a sheep head.
Oh, yeah,
You're
absolutely.
welcome to.
Yep.
I
mean,
would
don't.
recommend French kissing.
I don't kiss
Josh.
them on the
You got to
lips.
go all the way if you're going to go.
We usually
way.
go on top of the head is the location.
Oh,
that I'm
no.
looking for
None of
there.
this granny
So-
stuff. Get right in there. You know, live the experience.
All right. So we got a photo list report from Spring Lake Park here, right up in there.
All right.
From Ralph D'Alessandro, fishing in Spring Lake Park. A few days ago, caught a small whiting around 8 inches, a small catfish, and 2 blue claw crabs with my fishing rod from the pier. So he also wanted to make sure that we know that at Lashley Park, there is no fishing allowed from the marina and the cement dock. So when we're here at Lashley, this is the marina basin in here and the cement dock here, and also you have this boat dock over here. None of those areas allow fishing. So you don't get to
It's
fish
been like that for years.
anywhere in
You
this.
have not been allowed to fish inside of the basin.
Yeah.
If you're here, you can fish out here, but you cannot throw back this way. Direction of cast is a big thing because you can fish out, but you can't fish into the marina. Now you can fish off this side if they allow it, but it's been years. Once they rebuilt this to all high-end boat docks,
Mhm.
they're charging more money for it, so they don't want people fishing there.
Yeah.
And this used to be a lot of commercial shrimpers, and this plot of land where the park is was donated to the city, and it used to have trailer houses on it and all this stuff as a place for commercial fishermen to have inexpensive living. So this was donated. All this were all the restaurant and the courthouse and all this, that was donated under the guise that they kept it as a place for commercial fishermen that to rent it to commercial fishermen very cheaply. When Hurricane Charlie wrecked it and the trailers and everything were just ruined, they saw it as a way of getting out of that. And the attorneys at the city kind of reworked it, and then it became a high-end thing. Because rich people cannot stand the thought of poor people controlling all this property. When attorneys and judges dealing with criminals and all these, I mean, if you've got murderers and they're up for trial, they need to have a great view. They need to be able to look out the window and have that scenic vista. Our criminals need this, amazing facility right on the water so that they're criminals.
Your sarcasm is showing through again, Frank.
Is my sarcasm showing through?
A little bit.
This was all for working people, all that.
All right. Well, we don't have any more photos or videos to show you, so I'm going to go ahead.
And you wonder why I get thrown out of Punta Gorda a lot.
I'm going to beam you back in over here to the desk.
Okay.
So
we're all done with the photos?
Yeah, we'll get you out of there and get you back in where you're supposed to be. So let's get that. And there we go. Oh, there you are. Hi, Frank.
My flying fisherman look like a nutcase glasses.
They're only half working.
They're
now
only
listen,
half working.
Ralph has a request, okay? Ralph's request is because he says, I don't have a boat. You guys should have a report from land also. And John Stabile has sent us the same request. Obviously, land-based fishing is almost non-existent, and this is him saying that, okay? But many of us do not live on the harbor or have canal access and would appreciate any advice on where to try.
What's in the process of happening is, as much as I make fun of governments and everything else, because they deserve it, we've got to get together with Punta Gorda Parks and Recs and find out where we're allowed to fish. And I've got to do, same thing with Charlotte County Parks and Recs and find out where exactly are we allowed to fish. I know a lot of the parks and areas and stuff, but we did, before all the piers were destroyed over 3 years ago, we did all the pier reports. We had Patty Ave, Lashley, Gilcrest, Bayshore, Port Charlotte Beach, Elgibine, Coral Creek, Tom Adams, and the Placida Trestle each side. We gave all those reports, plus we still do beach fishing reports. If there is somewhere for us to get a report from, we'll be happy to do it. But right now, it's hit or miss. And talk to the Charlotte County Commissioners about why there is no shore-based fishing reports, because they haven't given us much shore-based fishing. But we're going to work on it.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate. And, the thing is, just real quickly, here's the Fishin' Frank's website. So we have all kinds of information here at fishinfranks.com.
Wow, you actually got my website up.
Yeah.
Can you put me on the green screen?
I can beam you back in. Yeah, let's get you back in there.
Okay. Ooh, flying fisherman save me. Flying fisherman, the sunglasses make you old guy cool. Make you old guy cool.
Yeah.
Old man cool.
Way cool.
All right. This is not functional right now. We got to take that off. But this is where to fish map pages. Now, as you come down there, this is all listed by the town here. See, Boca Grande on Gasparilla Island, 17th Street, 19th Street, South Pier, Boca Grande Pass. And as you go down, all these by the town, Cape Coral, Elgibine, Englewood, keep going.
And some of them, like, for example, the Elgibine Fishing Pier, is not exactly available at the moment.
Yeah,
so
they're just not there at the moment. But these are places you can drive up to and fish. Let's do, this is a weird one. I think Chester Roberts Park is a weird one. No, that's actually a little park, but this is on Melbourne Street. And it looks just like somebody's yard, but it's actually a park. If you go back, can we go back to, yeah, there we go. There is, maybe it's, Lister Park. This is the weirdest little park you've ever seen. No? What the heck? That's the Edgewater boat ramp. Yeah, got to fix the website.
You know, the guy who built this website, he really had
Okay, I'll get that. I'll get this fixed. Go on down a little bit more. Keep going all the way down. You see a big red banner. Oh, I guess we should do one of these, but go ahead. The locks go up. Keep going. All right, Alapache. I go there and fish every once in a while from land. This is salt water. It's a little boat ramp, circular. You got the boat ramp here and everything. There's a little dock. And let's go down and look at a couple of pictures.
I'm pretty sure this is actually slat water, according to what it says here. It says right there, slat water. So.
Okay, slat water. Hey, I typed it out. If I don't. You make fun of my spelling all you want. People used to think HTE was a code. No, it was, my fingers wouldn't type THE. I had a dyslexic thing going on. But, it had a little table. And what's neat about this, go down a little bit more. Keep going. So you got a little dock there, all this. It's a pretty cool place. Going down a little bit more. Okay. Now, here's the ramp. Can you bring it down so I can see the top of this picture? There you go. If you've got a little boat, you slide in and you go up here. Some of the biggest snook you'll ever see come off this railroad trestle. This is US 41 right here, and the bridges, there is snook fishing under there, but they really like the pilings of this
oh, okay.
railroad
I know where this is. I know this spot.
That's on Taylor.
Yeah.
The Taylor Dam is just up.
It's right here.
See?
Yeah.
Here's the dam. You follow this down and around, and it comes all the way around. And what's neat is when the rain starts, you'll see snook and bass laying together all through this area. Little tarpon, all kinds of stuff. If you come all the way up to the dam, this time of year, the bass are laying right up by the dam trying to get any fresh water, trying to get it away from the salt. But there'll be snook, tarpon, everything all together. It's not great fishing all the time, but it has its moments. And this just shows you what the corner looks like going in. And all right, this shows you, and it's very hard to see on here, but here's the spot and here's the store. So you follow US 41 almost all the way right to it. A little bit further down, there's directions. It tells you all down, and the name of the place is right down here. Now, if you go to the top of this page, most of them have this little guy. When you click that, it zooms it in Google Earth for you, or Google Maps.
And there you go.
So it's right there in Google Maps. You can just hit directions, take me there, and it'll show you right how to get to the place. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, and you have this for all kinds of spots.
If we go, keep going past this is boat only. Let's go to Reefs and Wrecks. Click Reefs and Wrecks.
Click Heatree for maps and info. Cool. Reefs and Wrecks. Come on. Go.
There it goes. This is the Phoenix Reef, the one we were talking about with Inman Marine. It is, what does that say? How many miles?
It says 13.5 miles from Boca Grande Pass.
Okay, so while it's only 12 miles offshore, from Boca Grande Pass out to the Phoenix Reef, it's actually 13.5 miles. Go down one more picture. This is 12 miles from Gasparilla Pass. Did a lot of this stuff for you so you know how far out things are. Now, if you scroll down, these are all this doesn't have Phoenix on it, but it's got Power Pole, Charlotte, Mary's, Helen's, School Bus. There's all kinds of reefs here. Danger Reef is no longer there, and the Cape Fear Reef's in here. But go down a little bit. Now keep going. Keep going. I'm going to show you what all those numbers are. That's boxcars. That's cool. Edison. All right, Helen's. Hold up there. Now, these are the coordinates for Helen's Reef. 26 north by 38.018. West 082 by 17 by 454. Now, what that number is that number is the center of a plotted area. Say if this was a reef and you had a pile of stuff here, a pile of stuff here, a pile of stuff here, what they did was go and find the exact center of that and give it to you. That's why when you get to these numbers, they're not actually the number of a reef most of the time. They're the center of the area it was given. If they allotted a half a mile by a quarter mile, you just get the middle of that. That's why you look around and find them. But okay, here's Helen's. Go up just a little bit. More. No, more. Okay, down just below this picture. Just below this picture. All right, right here. Bring this up more metal, please. Look here. Helen's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's latitude and longitude numbers. Here is what's at each of those. There's culverts. I was leaning because I didn't want to walk back and forth. You have a pile of culverts, another pile of culverts, pile of concrete poles, a barge, and 2 barges put together. Here is the numbers for those individual piles of stuff. It's right there. All you got to do is go onto the website, and I stepped on my cord, and for the concrete poles, it's 26, 38, 219 by this. You see how easy that is? You can find all this stuff on there.
And those of you who are concerned that we're giving away secrets with this stuff, these are public reefs. These were put here for the public to fish. These numbers are not something that Frank put together. This is a government publication.
Right. Go on down. Go down a bit. And there's Mary's. Keep going. That's Mary's. It goes on and on and on and on and on and on. There's so many of them out there. But as you see what I'm doing, you should be able to come to another one. All right, here's Jeff Steele's reef. From Boca Grande Pass over here is 25.6 miles. It's very close to Stump Pass, much closer to Gasparilla Pass. But I wanted you, for a lot of people come and go out of Boca Grande Pass, so I'm giving you distance from there. But if we go back to the original page now, go back one, right to there. Now go down just a little bit. Now, most of this was done here, 2010 through 2014, 16. The 14 foothold locks, Tippecanoe Bay. Let's do Tippecanoe Bay. All right. This is off the Mayaca River. I'll tell you a little bit about how I get there, but give me more of the pictures. Here is Charlotte Harbor. And you come up the river. Here is Tippecanoe Bay. I show you the outline. Go down to the next picture, please. Now, you may think I get a little too specific with spots. Been doing this since 2008, 6. I don't remember. Here's where I catch trout. According to this little written out section here, these dots are where I have caught redfish. So if you think I'm doing something new, you just saw it. It's been up there for over 20 years.
You just haven't been paying attention.
You just haven't paid attention. Here's more places where I catch fish. I've been sharing my fishing with people forever. Back in the newspaper in the 80s, I actually got in fist fights. People go, you can't tell these people where to go fish. And chances are, who's ever complaining about me doing this, it was your parents who I was teaching where to go fishing. So I'm sorry about all that, but
all this stuff is here. All this stuff is available. It's at fishandfranks.com, where you cannot buy anything, but you can learn all kinds of stuff.
It's just fishing information from me, Fishin' Frank, and the people of Fishin' Franks to you guys. Scroll down the page a little bit. These are all different stuff that there's a lot to go, but just go down a little bit. This is a few.
Hey, look, there's you.
Yeah, it's me. Yeah. Yeah, I've been gray and messed up for a long time. Jeff and John, and keep going. Carly. That's
Fancy Frank.
Yeah, this was me and the wife. Oh God, I don't know when that would be. It was a while ago. We had both have dark hair then. And this is what the front of the new store looks like. Keep going down. And
cool sideways photo.
Yeah, I don't know how that got in there, but some pictures of the store. But as you keep going down, This is what my old store looks like the last time I saw it.
Burnt store.
Burnt store. Yep, burnt store corner. Keep going. Yeah, it just keeps getting worse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is really, really hard to look at. Pickup truck that burned the whole place down after it was pulled out of the building. But there's no more pictures. No,
There's
just
the old store before the fire.
yeah, in the old store before the fire. Now this is right here, up a little bit, a little bit more. Okay, this ain't no boutique. This fishing store has all the sights, sounds, and smells of a real, honest to God fishing store. And when you see our thing out in front of the store, if you go back up, Josh, just look at the banner. And back there at the other one, it said, "This ain't no boutique. All the sights, sounds, and smells of a real fishing store." And Josh, yes, Josh
it was
Olive,
me. I did that.
when we opened this store May of 21, came up with a banner that says Fishin' Frank's Bait and Tackle Boutique, because it is much different than what the old store was. But yeah, this is a Josh Olive original right here.
Yep. And you didn't see that until the banner was delivered.
We actually we're taking the pizza signs down because you could tell our place used to be a pizza place. And we were taking the big sign off the wall, and they said, "Hey, we need," I forget what it was, a screw gun, whatever, a tip for the screw gun or something. So they sent me inside. They jumped up on the scaffolding, put this up, walked out, and
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Ha ha.
So now you're in on the joke. Now you're in on the joke.
And now you're in on the website too. So
Now
if you
you're
guys
in on the
want to go
website.
and explore some of this stuff, there's a lot there for you. fishandfranks.com.
If you show them the fishing report, you can go back up to the top and place by place fishing report. If you're wondering and you don't want to have to listen to the whole thing, fishandfranks.com, place by place fishing report. I guess I should. All right. This is when you hear Josh typing. So here's when it was done. This one was put up 1/23/26. That was what, last week?
That's yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay, so this was done yesterday, and cold weather and all that. But Peace River, and when you click these names, you don't have to click them, Josh. Click the names of these, and it'll show you a lot of different information. But go down and see. This is the way the fishing report has been. It's actually smaller than it used to be because we don't have as many spots. But it goes on and on and on down here. And these are all written out. So if you don't have time to listen to the whole thing or fast forward, go backward or forth, just go in here. You can read it. And you can go right to what you want. Everything's exactly the order we do it on the place-by-place report. And we've been doing this, like I say, since early 2000s, before 2010.
Yeah, and there's a lot of stuff on there.
This is why it takes forever. We go on down to the last one. We will eventually have the tarpon pages, tarpon maps. One more up. And the last one is the freshwater report that we do.
Yep.
But it's all written out right here. That's why Josh types while Robert and I are talking. And
now,
this has been going on for decades.
Because I'm typing, I never get quite as much detail as we do. I'm not a court reporter. I'm not a stenographer, so we're not getting everything in there. It's kind of
But that's
a
why
condensed
we do
version.
the audio report and now the video report. We started out just typing it. Then we added an audio report where you could listen to it so you get more detail on it. And then now we're into
And of course,
the
it
video.
says, listen to this fishing report. But if you click on that link, what do you get? You get the...
Oh, the YouTube thing.
Yeah, there
Wow.
it is.
You're awesome, Josh. Josh is our tech guy. I could not do this.
So yeah,
But-
that's where we see us.
Okay.
So-
The truth of this is, I wanted to do this, and I've talked to a few people about doing this with me. And Unfortunately, I am not nowhere near. I will in the next couple weeks have learned how to do most of this, and I've done a lot with computers, and I have to fix computers at the store, but nowhere near tech savvy enough to have done this. This is like trying to record off the radio plus balance the mics, trying to. This is a whole different level of. Are you flipping kidding me? Every time you try and do something, you fix one problem, two more pop up. We spent weeks getting as far as we did, and the decision was made by me. Just put it up. We'll. No one's going to see it. Just put it up. We'll just get it up there. We can watch and practice as we go. And that turned out people were actually watching and
Oops.
scared the hell out of me for a while. But without Josh, I could not do this. Literally, it is beyond what I was capable of. And I went into partnership with Josh because once I found out there's actually a really big brain in there with lots of workable functions. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed?
I had no
Absolutely
idea.
amazed me. But true. Josh makes this possible, and thank you, Josh.
Well, thank you, Frank.
We're,
It'd be kind of hard to do it without you too. So
Yeah,
this
well,
wouldn't work very well without the Fishin' Frank's Fishing Club. Wouldn't be the same without Fishin' Frank.
probably. So, anyway, just to let you know, there is so much more information, and it's information I've been giving out for over 20 years. And I'm not doing anything less or more than I always have. My job is to help you catch fish and have a good time. That's
And
what I
your
do in the
job
store. That's what I do here.
is to send us fishing reports and send us photos and videos so that we have the capability to do the viewer fishing reports. Like this
Um,
one was up until 21 minutes ago when we went totally on a sideways tangent.
yeah, but
It's okay. You guys are used to that by now, I hope.
uh, we are going to have more scripted shows. Right now, we show up, we think of something we want to talk about, and we just do it. When we run out of something to say, we quit. But we've got all kinds of shows on the water. We're going to be fishing from land, fishing from boats. We're going to be all over the place doing all kinds of stuff. We're going to start doing how to rig baits for different fish. We're going to go through all the frozen bait. We have a ton of frozen bait to do. We have tons of live bait to get into. We have got a lot of stuff to do, but we're going to be doing this for a few years. We're putting out 100 shows a year, 150 shows a year, I think.
So, you place by place fishing report, that's 52 shows right there. If you're doing 2 other shows a week, that would be 156 shows,
And now we're doing the viewer reports, so add another 50,
which makes it
200.
208 shows. And then you start throwing in video games and other random things that not video games,
So
game shows, and other
you're
random
going to be
things.
getting about 200 shows, over 200 shows a year from us. We're going to get to all this stuff, but literally, we are having a hard time playing the video on the green screen and getting the sound to work. Everything has to be done and figured out, and that's what we're doing now. So anyway, I don't. These flying fisherman sunglasses, they're actually very comfortable. I'm sitting there
forget you're
wearing, I
wearing them.
don't need them here, but I was. Thank you, Flying Fisherman, for sponsoring us. Quantum Reels, the strongest reel. Cabo, the strongest reel ever made. I truly believe this is going to prove to be one of the, if not the strongest, one of the top 3 strongest reels ever made. I think it's going to be the top. Lures, Reaper rods, Strike King, AFW sinkers, high sea leaders, triple fish leader, uh, DOA lures. Thank you guys all for believing in us. These people, with the exception of Flying Fishermen, who signed on because I called and said, "Hey, you're going to sponsor the show," they went, "All right, Frank, leave me alone." But um, these are people who believed in us before we ever went on the air. Literally 6 months before there was ever a video. So thank you guys for believing in us, and we're going to do the best we can to make this fun. Are you ready to go?
I'm pretty close to ready to go. I just wanted to remind them one more time to send us stuff. And you're going to send it to what email, Frank?
Frank at fishandfranks.com. I've had that email so long, I actually have frank at fishandfranks.com. I have fishandfranks@gmail. Think how long ago I've had that.
Well, there you go. So, yeah, send us your stuff, send
Frank
us your
at
photos, send us your
fishandfranks.com.
videos, send us your reports, send us your questions. Frank at fishandfranks.com. And we appreciate it. Thanks for watching.
Bye.